What's good, y'all? You guys are now tuned in to the Blackstalgia podcast. This is the second episode. This is a podcast that highlights key moments in black culture from the past and current news that intertwine with nostalgic figures and, moments from that's happening right now. And we're also giving you a perspective of black, millennials living in the 2020s. So how you guys doing on this Monday? Just like gray, Monday morning.
You think it's gray in Africa?
What? We're not in Africa, though.
Right now.
I don't think it's gray in Africa, though.
Oh, okay.
The sun is shining and stuff. I don't know. But out here, I feel like it's gray. It was a great morning. It was cold. It was weird.
I like it.
It was windy.
Yeah, I like it.
It was raining this weekend.
Yeah.
I like the rain, but the wind.
Here in LA, for y'all who don't know.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
I don't know what
Damn.
that was. That's kind of caught me by surprise.
Yeah, he's talking.
It's all good. It's all good.
Speak it, King.
So how's y'all morning going though? How was it starting off?
It's good, man. It's litty, man. You?
It's litty.
Yeah, you had a good weekend.
I
So
think
you
it was
got the
cool.
fresh lineup.
I had to.
Fresh.
Who you trying to impress, Lou?
Listen. I had a friend coming from Boston though.
Oh,
this weekend.
snap.
A friend.
No, not
You
that
got
kind
a
of friend, though.
friend?
No.
Yeah,
I wish it
different
was
area
like that. I
codes.
wish it was like that, but it was it was studio stuff and like he came, he landed,
All right. Okay.
just,
Okay.
work stuff. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
How was y'all weekend?
Good. Watch Birds of Prey.
Same.
Yeah, I heard you guys, shitting on that movie a little bit.
Saw the
we didn't do
Oscars?
that.
No.
I didn't see the Oscars.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
How'd you
I
guys
like
feel
the
about-
movie.
You like Birds of Prey?
I'm somewhere in the middle.
I liked it. It was messy, but I enjoyed it.
Messy-
Margot Robbie is amazing as Harley Quinn.
Messy
Is
in what
she?
way?
I think so.
Okay.
How was it messy?
It's just I know there's a lot of reshoots that happened with it, and the story was a little disjointed at times.
Got you.
And it's almost like they weren't 100% sure what they wanted to do with it. And like the tone shifted a little bit throughout the movie, but I thought it was enjoyable. It was much better than Suicide Squad.
So out of 10?
I'd get say 6 out of 10, 6.1 out of 10.
All right,
Oh, you got to
6.1.
throw the one. I gave it a 5.0.
See, it's not even petty time yet. He's over here at 5.0.
I didn't even say anything.
He said 5.0. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, that's it.
But let's ease into this, this podcast a little bit. Get to segments. You guys watch Power?
I watched the final. I watched the second half of the final episode.
The second half of that's all you
The
watch.
second
ever?
half of the final episode. That's the only thing you've ever seen of Power.
No,
so you
I've
don't
seen
go.
a couple other episodes.
You ain't got no build up. You just know how it ends.
No context.
I've seen a couple other episodes. That show.
You said I don't know. I like that show. But
You
I
like
don't know,
Power?
talk-
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in tune.
I mean, we talked about it last time. You know how Power and Empire got the rivalry thing
Go
going.
ahead.
on,
Yes.
so.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I was on the Empire side, so
No, you.
For
I
real?
ain't never seen
What?
Power before, but I've seen most of Empire.
you never seen
You
one
never
episode
seen
of Power?
Power?
Mm-mm.
You would
Man.
hate it.
Why would I hate it?
Show sucks.
Wait, all right, hold on, Kelvin. So Power or Empire? Which one?
I would only choose Power because of 50 Cent. That's the
Damn.
only reason.
I don't know, man. I started watching Empire and I watched like 4 episodes when it first came out, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I can't.
Empire sucks too.
I started
The first two, like the first season is obviously hands down the best of Empire, and I thought it was fresh, it was new. They had a bunch of original songs. They performed, and then you could actually download the songs, listen to them, and they were like they were well produced. And the fact that they were writing those songs, they were writing the show, producing the music, and I think they had Timberland involved in it too.
Yeah.
And so it was just, there was a lot that the show had going on, and I think it was revolutionary for when it came out. And then especially having a strong black cast, and then they had a lot of representation for different communities. And so they were doing a lot, which attracted me to the show. And I thought, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's something that happened at the end of
Empire, man.
there's something that happened at the end of season
People watch
You can spoil
Empire.
it.
season
Nobody
3.
watched it. Nobody watched it.
But when you got people losing their memory, and I'm like, nah, this
Who lost-
don't
so
really
wait,
happen.
I'm not gonna watch it. So who lost their memory?
Terrence Howard lost his memory
Lucius.
He
at one
needs to
point.
lose his
Lucius,
job on that show.
Lucius-
Yeah.
Wait, he had dreads the last time I saw him.
so
And he's missing a leg. Like,
Yeah, I'm not watching it, man.
so we're
It's
talking
trash
about
watching it.
people losing memories, and I'm like, I don't know what this show just started becoming,
Oh my
and I
gosh.
couldn't watch it after
you didn't
that.
even
They
finish
lost
it?
me. Mm-mm. I haven't seen it since
you went
season
back
3.
to How I Met with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
That's
a
it right
diehard fan for How to Get Away with Murder. Don't even
You
get me
sad that it's
started.
over?
Oh man.
Damn, you crying.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Oh.
right
See,
now.
boy, but that's how I know Empire was
But it's
trash,
cool though. We got
Empire is
we,
trash.
we got Viola Davis becoming
She
Michelle
gonna be- I
Obama.
hear-
So
I was
I'm
gonna
okay with that.
say.
Wait,
I'm
what?
okay.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, there's a new Showtime show. I think it's called like First Lady or First Woman or
It's
something.
about Michelle Obama.
But yeah, it's about Michelle Obama and Viola Davis.
When is it coming out?
She needs to do some
I have no
push-ups.
idea.
Make sure them arms are strength.
Viola can do it. She got it.
Does she have
Yo,
nice
leave
arms?
Yeah.
Michelle alone, man.
What you mean,
Oh,
Michelle?
okay, my
healthy.
bad. I thought you were being petty. I thought you were
No.
being petty. My bad.
No,
She had
if you gonna represent Michelle, you better be in shape. I
Oh,
don't know.
Viola got it.
I never seen Viola's arms.
Don't talk about her. She got
I'm not
this.
saying she
She
ain't
got
got
this.
it. I'm
I
just
like-
saying she need to make sure she got it.
She gonna make sure she got it.
Okay.
I have faith
And
in
more.
Hey,
I
okay.
got faith in
She'll make
You
sure
don't
she
need
got it
more.
plus.
Just make sure it's right.
How you gonna plus Michelle Obama? What?
But if anyone could do it, it's Viola.
Okay,
Man.
I agree.
Did,
I like
did
Viola.
you watch the ending of Power? Teach me the game, Ghost.
Hold on, I didn't even see the last episode yet.
No
Let me not
spoilers.
spoil it.
Yeah, don't
Let me
spoil
not
it.
spoil it. Let me not spoil it for you.
But I was going to say that's how you know Empire was trash though, because Todd didn't even want to finish the series, right?
Empire is trash.
But that's the thing though. Look, with Power, like the first season was like hooked you in. So as it went on, there are parts where you go, yo, why am I even watching this? But I still
gotta commit.
finished it.
You
Yeah.
gotta
I'm
commit.
attached to the characters.
I
Yeah.
think it's
But it's
because
not
50
trash.
Cent. He knows how to promote that show really, really well.
Yeah.
But the show's not complete trash though.
Oh, okay.
Why? Well, all right, quickly though, so we can go on. Why do you think it's like trash? Why do you think Power?
I
is just
hate the
horrible?
way it's shot. I hate it. I hate
Wait,
the
you
way.
mean, like,
What about it?
Techni-
I'm
like
gonna tell you. I'm gonna
technicalities
tell
or-
you. Yes, technically, I hate it. First of all, the coloring sucks. They shoot, and it looks like they shot it on 5Ds. It sucks. the shot compositions suck. The editing is horrible. I hate that show. It's like the writing and of all the episodes I watched, the acting is so bad.
From everybody or from certain people?
Most
Because
people.
Lorenz, what's his name? Lorenz Tate. Lorenz Tate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, fine, cool. But
How you gonna
it's-
shrug it off like that?
All right, cool, yeah. But
He's great, man.
Ghost wife, Ghost son, like
You think they're all bad actors?
They're so cringy. It's so bad. But more, it's the technical aspect. When I watch the show, it's such a visual piece of crap that I just can't watch it. I wish they had the team from Empire to shoot Power. Then I would be like, yo, this show is fire. But just the way it's shot, and then they got people's foreheads blown out. Like, come on, man. This
What
is
do you mean by blown out? What do you mean?
like,
Lighting?
yeah, the lighting is
Oh, so it's
bad.
like you see the reflection. You mean? On their forehead?
No,
Is that
like
what that
the,
means?
you,
Just
you lose-
overexposed.
Yeah, it's
Their
overexposed.
forehead. So
Yeah,
I'ma
they have
focus on
like
that
their
next time.
skin. Their skin doesn't look good. It just looks bad. And then they have scenes where the texture of the color grading looks really good. And then you're like, oh, this looks good. And then the very next scene looks like garbage. And it's like, ugh, never mind. I can't do this. It's inconsistent.
So do you think like the technical part takes you out of the show?
It takes
'Cause I'm
me
wondering like, do
completely
the
out of the
viewers
show.
care? I think people. I don't even notice that. I'll be watching. I'll be like, okay, I'm not looking at the color grading.
I'll be
texture,
looking
all
at
that
it.
shit.
You know who said this too? And I was like, maybe I'm the only one. But Vince Staples said it once. He was like, this show looks so weird and it's like overly HD. And I was like, finally, somebody agrees
Still
with
watching
me.
it though.
Nah, he don't watch it. He called it. Let me not say what he called it.
No, what do you call it? You-
Huh?
what-
I don't. No.
It's not petty time yet.
Yeah, it's not. Pretty funny.
We'll come. We'll live around.
So the only reason though we're talking about Power
Yeah.
is because apparently they're coming out with 3 new sequels, like 3 new
Three?
expansions.
Yeah, 3.
So it's one
It's
of
a
them is
big show.
Power Book 2, which
Yeah.
is about Ghosts. It's not about Ghosts, but Power Book 2 Ghosts, Power Book 3 The Rise of Kanan, 50 Cent's character,
Yeah.
and Power Book 4 Influence, and actually Power Book 5 actually also with that. I think that one focuses on Tommy E.
Are they all going to be coming out
So-
at the same time?
Nah, I think it's after each other. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know what the plan is. I've heard about Power Book 2, but I don't know about the
I
Are they like
yeah,
mini movies?
But that was a surprise.
Or-
Nah, I think
I heard about
they're
the Tommy
different-
one.
They're different series that
Yeah.
dive into the characters
Oh.
to show them why they are the way they are, and I guess expand on it.
Yeah,
So I was gonna
Mary
ask
J.
you-
Blige is gonna be in one of them.
Mary J. Blige is in one of them.
She
I
gotta
think.
stop.
That don't sound me.
Hold on.
That ain't helping me watch the damn show.
Wait. What is wrong with y'all? Mary J. Blige is like the premier black auntie, one of the black aunties.
Yeah,
dog.
but that
So?
doesn't mean she can act.
Oh jeez. Oh man.
You better get on stage and go tell us about men that hurt you.
It's not even petty time.
Let's
man.
get it crunk up on this funk, and I can't act, but I'm gonna try.
I'm not gonna let y'all do this. I'm not gonna let y'all do this, Mary J. Blige. I'm not gonna let y'all. It's only like 10 minutes in. It's already petty.
Man, they're
Wait, you know
them
what?
telling me Mary J. Blige is in it and be like, yo, what else is on right now?
So wait. I'm not mad at this though because we are showing them petty topics because like it wasn't a super petty week. So I'm not mad at you guys being super petty. But look, this is Mary J. Blige. I also gotta include that Method Man's in there too. Method
Oh, that's
Man's, I
cool.
think, is that.
Okay.
All right, cool.
So you guys like his acting skills? You think he's cool?
I ain't say that.
Oh man, Kelby's like he's a tough critic, man.
Kelby don't play. He got high standards.
I do.
All right, so you're not gonna watch. Is that fair to say for you guys? Even though
ain't
Mary
gonna
J
watch
and but I thought Mary J and Method Man would have y'all like, you know what? We're gonna look at it, check it out.
You thought wrong.
Yes. 50 Cent is my favorite hip hop person. He's my favorite person in hip hop. And I will not watch that show. I will watch For Life, but I'm not gonna watch Power.
That was coming out today, right?
It's coming out.
Today, I think.
I mean, don't.
What is that one about? For Life.
It's about the guy who went to prison. It's a real life story. He got accused of, I think, murder, and he became a lawyer just like on his own, and he got himself out.
I forgot his name.
That's tight. Yeah.
Shit. Okay, then. So,
Yeah.
but 50
and it's
Cent
on
is
ABC,
bag.
so they're gonna shoot it right.
Yeah.
Can't have people's foreheads all
I wish I had tea,
overexposed.
man.
But I feel like
Gloves on,
that's
skin.
that's a lot for Power to be expanding like that.
Yeah.
It
But
made money, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. 'Cause I'm about to ask you, like, what do you think about like the fact that they're expanding it kind of like the way they do for superhero movies? Like each individual character is getting their own series, so it must be making money. It must be.
Now, not only that, but there's hardcore Power fans who talk about it like it's a reality.
It's a good show, man.
Oh, okay.
It's a cool show.
No,
It has its following.
It's a
I know
cool
it
show.
has
that's
its following.
cool, yeah.
I'm part of it. I'm gonna watch these Power books. I'm attached.
Yeah,
I've grown attached to the characters. I got to see where it ends up.
Just like How to Get Away with Murder, you got a small pocket of people that are diehard fans.
Okay.
But
So
I know it's similar to Power, and I know Power has its fans, and I've seen like it is a little pocket of people that just love that show.
I love that show.
You a diehard?
I'm not like a crazy diehard, but I'm gonna support and watch whatever they put out.
Yeah, so you're gonna watch all of
I'm
the.
gonna watch all of them.
Okay.
But like that's why I don't like watching new shows though, because that's why I ended up finishing that was that Jane the Virgin?
Yeah.
Like I started watching it, but I grew attached. I was like, I got to see what happens, and I watched the whole fucking season in like a week. So
Yeah,
I
wow.
mean, the whole thing in a week. So
Damn.
that's why I don't like watching new shows.
same.
But Power's a cool show, man.
Oh, okay.
Aside from the technicality stuff,
All right, I'll give it a shot.
man.
Nah,
I'll see if I can find those blown out foreheads.
yeah, but just don't jump in like Kelby did. Don't jump in like Kelby did with no context. 'Cause if you watch the last episode and half of it, and you'd be like, oh shit.
It's not about the story for me.
What
Like
is it
I'm
about?
sure if I watch it from the beginning, I would be all up in it. But it's just like, man, when you have the budget, do it right. Do it
That's
right.
fair.
It's shot like garbage. I hate that.
But look, I will say this: I'm probably not gonna watch it, but I'm glad they're expanding it. I'm glad they're expanding it because it's keeping black actors on television
Facts.
and it's keeping a black show out there. So the more that we can have out there and keep out there, I'm all for it.
Facts. See, well said.
Just
shout out
shoot it a
to-
little bit better.
Shout out to our token person. I'm joking. Tyler, you sent this in. We got to shout out Whitney Houston and Notorious B.I.G.
Yes.
This came out like in January. It's like a little bit delayed, but the podcast has been getting.
It's all
We
good.
got to go to it. But they've been inducted into the Hall of Fame, the Rock Hall of Fame, class of 2020. Shout out to them. Is there like any impact from those two figures that in your lives, like Whitney Houston and B.I.G.? Do you guys? I'm not gonna say care because that's like gonna make it sound a little shady.
Oh,
but
of
did they
course
have
we
any
care.
impact into your life in a direct way?
I mean, my mom was listening to Whitney Houston since I was a child, so I grew up listening to it, singing "I Want to Dance with Somebody,"
Hey.
jumping around the living room. How will I know? I will always love you.
Classics,
She can belt out, and then Biggie, Biggie,
of course.
he
For the
has his
culture, man.
influence.
It's
Yeah,
never gonna change.
no,
It's
yeah.
gonna always be a figure.
The only Christopher
A
we
Biggie
acknowledge.
song could start on the radio, and everybody in the car is gonna start singing it.
So you
Nobody
got-
changes.
You guys are saying that he's pretty notorious.
No,
Oh,
you can't
Tyler.
do that.
Wait, wait,
Get out of here.
He's pretty notorious. I'm here for the corniness. I don't mind it. I liked it.
No, I think those are. I'm really happy because those two had a big impact. It's sad to know that they're not on this earth anymore because I think they're both just very influential and very inspiring. And it was. Did you just have that voice and she used that voice and then Biggie made an impact and it's just there's a lot that comes along with it. It's both of them are very nostalgic. Like you can think
Big
of.
facts.
You can think of them and think of plenty of songs that they have out and just how they inspired black people.
For me, anytime like Biggie comes to mind, I hear the instrumental for Juicy.
Yep.
Automatically
Nope.
in my head.
I heard that in Into the Spider-Verse, and that's when I was sold in the movie.
Shout out to
And
Kelly.
just even doing the
You know,
The viewers don't know who we have on this
yeah, no,
podcast,
that's
man.
crazy.
We got
That's
Todd
crazy.
Foolery
I don't even
and we
know.
got Kelby,
Damn,
who was
that's
into
me.
the
we got Busy Beats too.
Listen.
Yeah.
It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about you guys. It's not about me.
I mean.
It's not about me. It's not about me, guys. It's about you guys.
You know, for me, I think like this is great for multiple reasons, and I think them being inducted into the Rock Hall of Fame is important because a lot of people don't quite understand the impact of hip hop music on people who have our skin color. And the thing is, it's beyond music for us. You know, these people are living a certain lifestyle and then representing it in an audio art form.
Right.
And when we listen to it, we grow a connection to it because we have these experiences across the country, and then it goes globally. You know, so when Whitney was singing, and we know the story of Whitney and Bobby and all that stuff, and you could put yourself in Whitney's shoes, and people could put themselves in Bobby's shoes, or we all go through the same thing in a certain kind of way. The only difference is that she has a platform that she was able to sing our stories back to us. You know, so to me, I always appreciate that, because you know, we in hip hop, we always say it's for the culture, and that meaning can be lost, but for real, it's really about people who look like us, who experience things that only we experience and only we get. And then when we listen back to it, we're like, oh snap, you're telling my story. You're representing me. You know, so for them to go into white people land and be like, yo, this is ours too, even though Rocky is ours, but whatever.
Tell them.
You know, for us to be going into that Hall of Fame, to me is like,
it's that too, and along, like, they didn't compromise the way they carried themselves. Like, they still were very black in the way they. Like, you can see old videos of Whitney and Bobby shopping, and like they're being themselves. They're not, you know. Yeah. So same thing with Biggie. Like, they never compromised themselves and stayed true to who they were.
Right.
Switching to the next topic though, you guys heard about Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Starring in Saw, the new Saw.
Oh yeah,
it's getting like a new name. I think it's called Spiral.
Yeah,
what you guys think? Did you guys see the trailer?
Yes,
what did you guys think of it? Like, were you watching? Are you excited? Did it make you care?
Chris Rock is one of my favorite figures in the world.
Before you go on, what do you think about his acting in previous movies? Is he a good actor? Is he decent?
You know what? This is gonna be something that challenges him, because Chris Rock is not like he's not an actor like. He's not Denzel, you know. He's not going to give you that performance where you're like, oh, snap. Like, he spent a year at some, you know, conservatory. He's not going to give that to you. He's just kind of more like the funny guy who, you know, he's going to entertain you. And even when he did, what's the name of that movie he did where every black comedian was in it? Maybe like 3 years ago? Top 5.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when he gave us that performance, it was kind of like, okay, like, we see him in a different sense, even though it's a dramedy type movie. This is going to be the one for Chris Rock that might put him into that next lane. It's not going to be drama, because to me, horror and comedy are similar genres.
Also,
because there's just a thin line between what's funny and what's scary. Because
so that's why Jordan Peele kind of
exactly, you know, these comedians talk about real scary things and they just make you laugh about it. But you know, Chris Rock coming into this and then seeing him actually perform something that is slightly above or elevated than the Chris Rock we're used to made me very intrigued, and I want to watch the movie for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be something that's going to test him, but I think it's going to be really pleasant surprise just from seeing the trailer and seeing what he's putting out there. He's going to act his life out. Like, I can see it.
I hope so.
And I think even being side by side with Samuel L. Jackson, I think they can really feed off of each other. And I think with Samuel L. Jackson's performance, I think Chris Rock would be able to match it. Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to seeing them. From judging by the trailer, from what I'm seeing, they're going to be kind of the antagonist and the protagonist of the movie. At least that's what I'm kind of guessing.
One will be the antagonist, one will be a protagonist.
Yeah,
correct.
It's looking like it's looking like Samuel is the bad guy.
Yeah,
which I'm fine with.
And so I'd be interested to see them going head to head and just seeing their performance and their chemistry with each other, because I think it's going to be really good.
And they shot it nice.
They did.
The lighting is good. The coloring is good. It's good. It looks good.
Chris Rock looks really just on.
I'm telling you, something about his lighting. Eyeballs in this. Yeah. Like, he looks good.
It's just the lighting looks good. They're lighting black people the right way.
Somebody cared. Yeah. Somebody wasn't just like, oh, just turn the camera on.
So wait, I want to ask you this one then. So if it wasn't color right, do you think it would still have an impact? Like, do people... Like, how much of an impact does the technicality play in today's movies and films?
It's silent impacts.
Yeah, because it's I think it's unconsciously subtle.
It's 100% crucial. When people watch it, they're not gonna be able to tell you what they don't like about it. Right. They're just gonna look at it and just have a this is low budget feel, or they're just gonna have something in them that is just like
Something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right. But somebody who really cares, like lighting and cinematography is a true art.
Right.
It's not just like just turn the camera on and shoot. There's people who understand what it takes to light black people,
Right.
black skin.
Right.
It's not the same things as lighting somebody who is pale or white or whatever. You have to understand the science of cinematography to make sure that your shots look right. So with this being a proper visual experience, it's only going to add on to people watching this and being like, okay, this felt good. And they gave it a good budget and, things like that.
This is a movie y'all gonna watch by yourselves or with a date.
Yo, Lewis always want to take it there.
No, I'm just saying. It's two different things. It's two different things. When you go with a date, you're not really watching a movie to watch it. You're like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm cool. Whatever.
I'm gonna definitely have to
I
take...
watch a movie. I don't, yeah.
Even when you're on a date?
Yeah.
Nah, if I want to watch a movie,
yeah.
I
I'll
spend $20 watching this movie. I'm gonna watch this movie.
Yeah, what are you doing in the theater, nasty?
No. Wait.
You gonna go
I'm
to
just
the movies to not watch it?
I'm just saying, if
I
go
would
by
tell you to
myself-
shut up.
If
Yo.
I go by myself, I know, okay, you know what? There's no questions nobody's gonna ask me no questions. Nobody's gonna talk to me while I'm
Who are
watching
you
this.
dating? They can't comprehend the movie?
Nah, like they'll be like, yo, like, what do you think about this? How do you like this? Look at their sneakers. I don't know. I just don't want anybody saying anything at all, like while I'm watching a movie.
Tell her
when you're on a date.
Tell her,
they're
yo,
gonna
don't
say-
disturb my peace.
I might trip. I don't know.
Also,
I just want to go by
let's
myself.
just point out the fact that taking a first date going to the movies is not a good idea.
It's kind of
Nah,
whack.
I'm not talking about first date. I'm talking about dates in general.
You done it before?
on a first date when I was like 16.
Nah, but you got to do dinner too, though. And then you talk about
You
the
talking
movie
about a lot of money
itself.
being
That
spent.
is a lot of money. Lou rich.
What?
Yo, y'all know who we got on the show?
Wait. That's wait, time out. You guys got another finesse. That's all I was saying. Finesse the movie.
But I'll go
tickets
see it. I'll go see it.
with a date or by yourself.
I'm both.
I don't know. I feel like it's different when you're by yourself.
I'll go
It's
on
a
a
different
date,
vibe.
but I'll be sitting a seat apart, so that way it's kind of like I'm by myself, but it's too far for them to
Damn.
talk.
That's kind of smart though, man.
A seat apart.
You gotta put the popcorn there.
He bought 3 C's.
Yeah.
You don't do the whole popcorn. And never mind.
No, you gotta say it. You gotta say it. It's the podcast.
You don't do the whole popcorn in the lap.
No, I don't do the
Popcorn
popcorn
in
in
the
that
lap.
with a hole in the bottom.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
this the meal.
They walk around with
You got that extra butter.
They walk around with salty dick, man. This podcast is going. What? This is wild.
Shoot, you expect?
Wait,
it's
people really
3
do
black people.
People really do that though.
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Dick popcorn?
I don't know.
That's crazy, man.
You never tried it?
No.
We talking about Spiral.
Yeah, we talking about Spiral.
But
We
not-
spiraling,
but
trying
not-
to talk about Spiral.
Now that I think about it, I mean, we're about to ease our way out of this segue. I mean, out of this segment, but it's a good segue into the next segment.
Uh-oh.
But I just want to say though, now that I think about it, that might not. It's kind of considerate because you're flavoring if you're getting head lately. I
That's
don't know if
right.
you're getting head
Okay,
lately.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
I just want to.
put it in the.
right, but
they're not
anyways.
gonna
I
put
just
that
want to
head
say
in the
real
bucket.
quick that I am excited to see this movie. What we're
say
actually
I'm excited to see
talking
it too.
about
Don't say
because
excited.
it does look
It looks
like
great,
it does look like it's getting back to its roots.
right?
Because Saul turned into this, hey, what's the most creative way we can kill people?
Right.
Whereas the first one was more of like a psychological thriller. So I think they're going back to the roots with this.
Okay.
And I think it's good too to have Samuel L. Jackson and Chris Rock in that. And they can really add a lot of value as long as the story comes in and there's a lot. Like it's something that's going to give us tension.
So it's hopeful. Like you got hope.
Yeah. And I think they're going back to making something that's more thought provoking versus let's rip this guy's spine out and see,
it gory.
make it 3D and blood squirting everywhere. And we don't need all that. And I think with this,
Samuel
You got
L.
something
been
different.
50 for the past 40 years.
How old is he?
50?
80.
We already decided. Samuel Jackson's 50.
So he's like Morgan
He's
Freeman.
going to be
Same
50 for the
class.
rest of his life. Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
class as Morgan
As
Freeman.
long as he shaves.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
He's going to die at 117, but he's still going to be 50.
And he'll have 4 movies that came out that year.
Yep.
Samuel
His secret is he plays
Jackson
golf.
is 71 years
Yep.
old.
He looks good, man.
Looks
You saw him?
real good.
Black on
And
crack.
Captain Marvel, you saw him. He looked good.
He
I mean, he was
looked
de-aged. He had a little limp, but he was doing it.
He
That's
looks
that. That's
good.
that black don't crack, man.
Yeah.
But you know that
Well,
was.
he was on crack.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Mm.
Don't. Come on, man.
Awkward.
How we gonna end with Samuel L. Jackson? So now we got to end on a high note. Say something nice about Samuel L. Jackson,
He's
please.
great.
Oh, geez.
What
kind of basic one is that?
Motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Mother loving. Look at these
Samuel
monkey loving
motherfucking
snakes
Jackson.
on these monkey loving plane.
Monkey loving. Oh, Sam, we love you, man. Just don't listen to them.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, this next topic is kind of like, it's kind of spicy.
Let's see what's up.
Erykah Badu dropping her
boy.
new perfume.
Ooh, I have somebody holding my policing line right now, buddy.
Gonna make you put your
So
phone
y'all know,
down.
so y'all know what it is.
I know the
fragrance.
vibes.
Y'all know what the fragrance is.
What is it?
Her vagina.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm about to read y'all a little thing. She announced her new perfume is called Badu's Pussy.
oh.
Yeah,
This
you
is
put a little extra strength on that P.
Badu's Pussy. All right, let me start.
Hold on.
Shout out to Flies, man.
What's the process?
Go ahead.
What's the process of
I'm
matching the scent of your?
We're gonna
Oh,
get
she-
there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get
okay,
there.
okay.
So
I can
here's
tell
what
you
she said. She said, "There's an urban legend that my pussy changes men."
Yerp.
She said, "The men I fall in love with and fall in love with me change job and change lives." She's
Damn.
kind of right though, because
She's
it's
right.
Andre 3000,
Yep.
Jay Electronica,
Yep.
and DOC.
And Drake.
Legends. What?
Yeah.
Drake?
Went to Erykah Badu house.
But he just had tea though. He
Yeah, man,
didn't-
so what? Even
That's
if
true,
I had
that's true.
tea from Erykah Badu,
That's true, because you're basking in her aura. That's true.
yeah,
That's
basking. Yo, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. Let it soak in, man. Hey, I be reading books, man. I might not be able to spell, but I can say words. Shout out to autocorrect.
You put a little oomph on that, yeah. He be basking.
Basking, man. Shout out to
Oh, shoot.
autocorrect,
Okay,
But,
got it.
what was I about to say? Oh, yeah. To answer Tar's question, she said, I took lots of pairs of my panties, cut them up into little pieces, and burned them. Even the ash is part of it. The people deserve it.
Facts.
So what y'all think? You guys excited? I'm
I'm
excited.
buying 30.
I'm about to pre-order.
I mean, I'm okay, but I'm sure someone's gonna like it.
They're incense.
What's the problem?
What you think, Todd?
I don't need no one's
Why not?
pussy smelling.
Why you say it like
even
that?
put pineapple the whole month?
I'm okay.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, man? It's Erykah.
So what does the
You
scent?
don't want to level up in life?
Does the
right?
scent change depending on the mood? Like,
Yeah.
like does he have multiple types? It's like, oh, this one's to set the mood. This one is if you're just chilling watching a movie. This one's for dinner time. Like,
Damn,
But it
you
sounds like
should
you're
be
not
on the
trying to smell like
marketing team.
any of them. Like you're not trying to smell like you don't want to smell any of the fragrance.
no, I'm good.
What?
I'm okay.
Damn, that's
know what?
crazy.
This is crazy.
You see what happened when they light skin? They're just born with privilege in life. Nah, I don't need anything to help me.
All right.
I'll take anything.
So let me ask you
What
this.
are you thinking?
I'm definitely gonna I'm not gonna wear it, but I'm gonna definitely have my room smell like it sometimes.
Okay.
If I feel lonely, I might put on a movie, spray the the Badu pussy fragrance.
oh my gosh.
Have it, just basking off, you know what I'm saying?
Boss.
Sit there. I have a feeling it's gonna.
No one's ever gonna tell him his mask.
You gotta say it with the flavor, bask.
Okay.
Well, he's from Boston.
From Boston, man.
Oh, yeah,
But
he's
look,
from Boston.
But Pete though, I feel like it's gonna be like incense. Like you kind of spray it in the air. You don't need
Okay.
incense no more. You let it, just purify your room.
Just allow it to, marinate.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Marinate your shit.
You gonna leave the window closed?
Oh, you got to. Don't let
No, you
that
crack a little bit, though.
You
You
don't let
crack-
Erica's pussy out.
No, you don't. You gotta let it out. You gotta let it out.
Yeah, we can't have
You
it.
gotta
Yeah,
let
we
out.
can't let the neighborhood have that.
No, you gotta let it out.
Oh, okay.
Because then it's gonna change others' lives, and in turn, you're making the world a better place.
Nah, forget you. You didn't pay for it.
No, but you're making the world a better place.
Nah,
man.
forget that.
Look, listen. All right, I'm gonna put it this way. What you think is gonna happen to that homeless man that's outside and he's unmotivated?
He got to pay
Ooh,
for it.
I smell
Nah.
pussy. Is that Erykah Badu pussy? I'm about to change my life.
If only she could make tea for me.
They're not gonna know who it is. They're gonna be like, "Yo."
Nah, we all know it's Erykah.
I feel like the ones who don't know, they're just gonna be like, "Yo, I smell supreme pussy right now. I'm gonna get up and change my life." And they're gonna get it. They're gonna find a way, and they're no longer gonna be homeless within a week.
Yeah.
Because that's what motivates some men.
Yeah,
Not
no.
all, but some men are gonna be
You
like,
need
"Yo,
to take
know
this
what?
on the road. Just don't even do it in your house. Go outside.
Yeah,
Just
no,
walk up to someone and be like, I'm about to change your life.
Nah,
That could be a good skit right there. I like that. I like that.
That might be bordering on assault. Actually, I don't think you're allowed to do
what's the
that.
problem?
Is it bordering assault?
No, it's not. What's the
No, it's boring
I
changing
think
someone's
the problem
life.
is you're giving it out. Like,
So don't give it up.
Nah, pay for it yourself. Go work.
But look, I support her hustle. She do what you got to do.
Damn,
She's taking an asset and she's giving it to the world.
Yeah, when was the last time she put a song out?
she don't have to. Though.
Exactly. Right? So she's just like, you know what? Let me just try something else.
So you said you're buying 30.
Oh, 30.
What you gonna do with these 30?
Spray?
What?
He needs one for every day of the month.
Yeah, that's right.
What are you gonna spray though?
Temple, this little part of your wrist right here where you
You got to do the neck.
Yeah, and then once I take the date out to go see Spiral, Like, boom, she already know what the vibes is when she gets to the popcorn.
So this is
Okay, I'm confused. So how is her pussy scent gonna help you get more pussy?
It gives you a different, like, look what happened to Jay Electronica.
Thank you, Tom.
That is true. It changed your life. It changed your
It
life.
changed his life.
Okay.
But it's the pheromones. I kind of agree with Kelby. It's the pheromones. When you walk around,
you just in the essence of it.
yeah, other men will respect you. Other women will desire you.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Because they're gonna be like, yo, he smell like supreme pussy, not community pussy.
Boom.
He smell like supreme pussy. So this is a supreme man.
I feel like it's almost like when
It's
you're
math.
hunting, when you're out
Jay
there
Electronica
hunting
with
with lions.
and Jay-Z loves him.
And Jay Electronica, like he's a legend. He hasn't even dropped an album, has he?
Nah, he tweeted the other day he was gonna drop an album.
He hasn't dropped an album yet. He's a legend.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to get that perfume.
No, he doesn't need it ananymore. He's in the perfect position in life.
Oh.
He's with a billionaire.
He has a kid with Erykah Badu.
Okay.
He's chilling, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Come on, man. Ty, you don't understand
So
the vibe.
wait, but
No,
Pete,
that's what's
but
up.
look, you gotta respect what Erykah Badu did if you think about it. Right?
Exactly.
'Cause
Yeah.
look, it's supreme management because she has a network of baby daddies that are successful and contributing. So imagine like you get Jay Electronica, Andre 3000, and DLC in one room. Like imagine the holidays.
And then she
Damn.
makes
Come
tea
on,
for him.
man. Say it
Damn.
again.
And then she makes tea for him.
She makes tea for them. They bring all their kids together. It's a big man. I mean, come on.
I'm
man.
here for that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get 40.
I need to change my life, man. I gotta definitely do that.
Yeah.
I need to change my life.
Yeah, that's facts. Get
So-
some of this. Get some of that EP.
That's
So-
facts.
What is that? Oh, yeah. No. I like the.
In case anybody at the workplace asks you what it is, oh, you smell good. Yeah, it's an EP.
Oh, it's true. So HR don't come by.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, you fat. I was about to say you got to say the full thing, but
Nah.
but wait, Tyler was about to say something. I don't know. What you about to say, Tyler? We cut you off
It
earlier.
sounds like a ploy for gay men to get straight men. Just like make yourself
Wait,
smell
what?
like really good
What?
pussy.
That's not gonna work like that.
It's like
That's not gonna work like that. That's not how it works.
He's been listening to
Lure them in.
exactly. Yeah.
That's
No,
not
I
how
love
it
it.
works.
I think it's an amazing thing. I think-
He's been listening to Royce the 5'9".
Wait, what did Roy say?
Oh man, I'm gonna play the song for you.
I think
So
I
it's
think,
not podcast.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I definitely think she should have just called it the EP though, so she could say she's releasing her EP,
Mm.
and then people just you know what I mean? Because she's a musician,
Mm-hmm.
it all ties in.
I think it's just a little bit more provocative, you know.
The name?
Yeah, just to say that whole nasty name.
I honestly think it's a fragrance for men because a lot of men are like they probably wonder what it smells like.
Oh.
You know? Oh no,
I feel like it's a fragrance for women.
you think it's for women?
Nah, she's
Nah,
not
I think it's for
empowered.
men.
She's not fixing their crowns, King.
Why not?
She's just capitalizing off thirsty men.
She's not
Yeah,
fixing
for
the crown.
sure.
She's making the crown bigger.
Dude, we know who's on the list. It's Erykah Badu.
Mhm.
I don't know. Lauryn Hill. Nah, she probably won't show up. well, I'll think about the next list. But you know, Erykah Badu is like top on the list. So
Right.
she knows that's the urban legend about her.
Facts.
So
And us thirsty men are gonna
Capitalize.
yeah,
Support. Us thirsty men are gonna support. You know,
I'm here for
I'm not
it.
gonna read
No,
out the
I'm
house.
okay with people capitalizing on what they know, with the assets they have.
yeah. That's
so
facts. Yeah, I'm here for it.
make that money,
Let
honey.
me give me a bottle. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna contribute.
get
So
one
you
for
know,
me.
we're about to ease our way into petty time, as if we weren't petty enough, you know, earlier. You know, I know you guys had to know what's going on with Oprah and Gayle. But
Oh no, tell me more.
All right, I'm about to. But before we get to that one, HBO picked up the rights to the Russell Simmons documentary.
Oh, they
Oprah
did?
dropped. Yep.
Okay.
Apparently, I forgot who.
Well, she's not a part of it anymore.
Yeah.
She's not. But I forgot what the name was. But they said they were excited because, like, you know,
The
when she
ultimate
started
rapist.
was. Say it again.
The ultimate rapist.
Which one? Who was?
I don't know what the name is.
Oh man, that's what you're about to name it. I thought you were saying Russell was the ultimate rapist. I was
Nah,
like, R.
that's
Kelly's
probably
still
what they
alive?
named.
What
Oh
you-
no, R. Kelly. No,
Ooh.
R. Kelly still holds the crown.
Yeah, man.
Oof.
Maybe for now. We'll see. No, maybe Bill Cosby. holds
Harvey
the crown.
Weinstein, Bill Cosby.
Mm.
I don't know, man. Snoop kind of was writing for Bill Cosby though.
He reposted it, and I was
Yeah.
surprised. Remember the other day we were like, he wouldn't repost that.
Yeah, he
and
did.
he was like, "What up, Uncle Bill?" And I was like, "Well, damn. All right, well, I guess he's on his side."
On the record is what it's called.
On the record.
There you go.
Mm,
Thank you very much,
I'm
Tyler.
good on that.
So you're not gonna watch On the Record?
No,
It's the exposing Russell Simmons and shit.
I don't have HBO.
Wait, so that's the only reason why you're not gonna watch it. That's the only reason.
I'm not watching that.
So if it was for free, like you'll watch it.
Not really. I didn't watch the R. Kelly one.
I didn't watch it either. I just heard what was going on.
Yeah, you could just tell me. I don't need a whole movie.
Well, shit, HBO picked it up, and
Okay.
do you guys care about that? You guys like, we're gonna watch it? Don't care.
I might
Careful what you say, Todd.
read a synopsis, see
That's
what's
it?
going on. I want to know what's going on, and I want to be aware of it.
All right, so that's cool. This connects to what was going on with Oprah and Gayle. You know, Gayle caught some flack because she was interviewing WNBA superstar Lisa
Leslie.
Lisa Leslie, is that her name? I don't want to butcher it.
Come
She
on,
was
man.
interviewing Lisa Leslie, and you know she was kind of drilling down the Kobe part. Like, you know, he went to court for rape, X, Y, and Z. And Lisa handled it well. She ended up, her last, statement was pretty much like, yo, it was dismissed in court, X, Y, and Z. We could just leave it at that. And, Gayle caught a lot of flack because, the timing is pretty hard. Kobe just passed and she's drilling Lisa Leslie on it. Like, because Lisa told her, throughout the interview, like, yo, I never seen any of that from him, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah. And Gayle just kept drilling it. Yeah. So she got a lot of flack, Boozy turned up on her, Snoop turned up on her. A lot of celebrities, called out Gayle. And apparently Oprah said that Gayle has been getting, threatening phone calls about it. He said, like, you really care. You don't care. Look at him. He's so petty, man. Man. All right, but but like, what am I about to say? So Gayle's been getting a lot of flack for that. So how do you guys feel about that situation?
She's got to stop answering her phone.
But this, not the threatening part. Not the threatening part, but the part that she got flack because there's two sides to it. I thought Twitter was going to, side with Kobe. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting the time we're living in because I see people all kind of divided. Even black people, they're like, yo, listen, if that's a part of his past, it's included X, Y, and Z. Yeah. So some people are split on it. Some people are riding with Gayle. Some people are saying, yo, she's wrong for it. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think?
I think there's a time and place for that. There's a time frame where you can be respectable enough not to bring that up. Now, it's going to be something that it does exist in his past. It's not off limits just because he did pass away in a tragic accident. Right. But I also think there is some sensitivity that needs to be taken into consideration as far as not really hammering in on that right away, right now, and making that like a full focus on the interview. But I also think that we shouldn't pretend like it didn't happen. That is part of his past. It should be discussed, should be talked about, should be addressed. But we got to figure out when the right time to do that is. I think this is a little too soon. It's barely been 2-3 weeks, and that just seems a little inconsiderate.
Lou, I have a lot of opinions about this.
Here we go.
The first, I'm gonna say on Gayle's part, she asked this question: why are you asking Lisa Leslie about this? What does Lisa Leslie have to do?
Who asked who this?
Gayle.
Gayle asked.
Come on, Lou.
No, but I'm saying who? So you're saying why is she asking her that?
Yes. Why are you asking Lisa Leslie?
I thought you said somebody asked Gayle.
No. Why is Gayle asking Lisa Leslie, somebody who came to the show as a friend of Kobe's, about this?
Right. That's exactly why.
What do you mean?
Why?
She wants to get ratings and she wants to get a rise out of it.
Oh, what a goof! Yeah. Okay, so that's my first thing. The next thing is nobody ever really presents the ideas of the case.
Wait, not to cut you off, but yes. I hope we could timestamp this because I like that. What a goof! We gotta clip that and use that as like a little. What a goof! That could be
a drop.
Yeah, like a drop. It's a drop.
Okay, so there's that. She's goofy thing number one.
Goofy and doofy.
Doofy thing. The next one. And she never presents the case. She never presents the case that the lady who said that Kobe raped her was in a mental institute, in and out of a mental institute. They found 6 other DNA of 6 other men in her from that time period. Like she was running a kind of a scam, working at the hotel. Not to say that Kobe's necessarily innocent, but what I noticed is that there is a rush to instantly make somebody guilty from something that from an allegation. Okay. So let's say somebody else who is of a different pigment might do something similar. There's probable cause. Let's hear the case. Let's hear the full story. But off of one allegation, one accusation where the story is so muddled up, which is why it's like hard to just say flat out, he's a this, he's a that. For me, it's when I hear those things like, oh, he was a rapist, I'm like, well, I don't know how I can hear that from you because you already made your decision on what it was. And when she said, oh, she didn't come to court and that's why it was dismissed, that's not the full story. You know, so you're trying to paint the narrative that this guy was a rapist. And it's like, first of all, he's dead. The only other person who can speak on this is the woman it happened to. And she already was found non-credible when the incident happened. So I understand in certain cases where in court, things may be either dismissed or you may be found non-guilty, just like George Zimmerman or like R. Kelly in that first case, where it's like, all right, we as the public may know what happened, and this is just a gross injustice. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, with their history of, if this is what you want to do, you want to go after all the rapists and the child pedophile people and all this stuff, then you have to go for Harvey Weinstein,
which is a friend of both Gayle and April.
Exactly. You have to go for people on the other side. People are not mad necessarily that you brought it up to Lisa Leslie for no reason at all. I think they're mad because you're only doing this to criminalize people who look like you.
That's facts.
And we're all in the same playing field. The moment that Kobe died, every white analyst was like, yeah, too bad he died, that rapist. And it's like, why do we have to jump straight to that on our own people? Because again, we're not 100% sure what the story is. If I'm somewhere in gray, I'm not going to put that on somebody else that's what you are. I can't do that, especially when you go through the same struggles, trials, and tribulations that I go through. And you already know it's difficult to defend your case just because you're black.
Right.
Even if you went to court and it was found that this person who has this history of kind of like scamming in a certain way people of notoriety or whatnot, like how can me not being there or a part of the jury or any of that put that title onto you? I don't know. You know, so I think in this specific situation of Gayle asking Lisa Leslie these questions, okay, fine, you asked those questions, but she also tried to double down onto saying like it's a part of his legacy, right, where it's like, girl, clearly Lisa's body image, body composure was just like, bro, I'm not the person to ask these questions to.
Right. And even when Lisa was saying like, you know, I never seen that side of him, X, Y, and Z, and Gayle was like, well, how could you? And it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
what do you
like
mean,
this ain't court.
Yeah,
this is not what you brought me here for.
Right.
Now on the other side of it, Snoop saying, "Can I call her this?" To nobody.
He gave the warning, but wait, did you see the Snoop video? I don't want you like. Well, so Snoop basically he turned up on her.
Yeah.
He called her, you know, a dog mouth funky bitch or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, he got real West Coast on her. You know, vintage Snoop is still in him. But go ahead.
Yeah, and that we can't support either. As wrong as Gayle is for trying to paint this narrative, she's still an older woman who looks like and speaks like somebody who's in our family, you know, and that's why when we use the term brother and sister, it's just to showcase that we're all one. So you can't be standing up for Kobe and then calling Gayle all these names and making it seem like you're attacking her for what she is or what she did. So you can't support that either. So Snoop.
See, this event sparked like a larger, you know, debate on Twitter, like on the internet, I guess. There's like a co-host of this show called the Daily Blast Live, and her name is Erykah Badu. She went viral because she kind of painted it in a way for why the Gayle situation was so huge. She kind of painted it as like what Kobe was saying. There's like the white part, like the white analysts of people who go, okay, he's a rapist, so what, he died, X, Y, and Z. And there's the black people who feel, you know, hurt from what Gayle did. And she painted it as like, in America, it's wild because there's white people who feel a way about the OJ trial and how that went. And there's also black people who have like that past trauma, you know, from Emmett Till. So that's why like the rape thing is like, it's dangerous to play with.
Yeah.
And that kind of sparked the debate. And some people are saying it was horrible for her to connect Kobe to Emmett Till in that way. And some people are also saying that like, it makes sense. So do you guys feel like there is like a target on black men in terms of like these rape cases, and especially when it has to do with women who are like of a different race? Is there a target on black men when it comes to these situations, or black celebrities in general?
I can't say that there's a target specifically on this crime. I think there's just a target in general. You're gonna always,
in the way the media handles it when it comes to like the
definitely, because typically what happens is somebody may be a part of an incident and the judge will say, I'm going to make you an example so that nobody else does this. But then when that kid raped that girl behind the trash can, he spent however many weeks in jail. And then because he had a promising career. Right. You know what I mean? Turner. So it's like, it's so easy. I don't even want to say that kid's name, you know? So it's like, it's too easy for us to victimize, or not victimize, but criminalize people from accusations, and normally it's people who are of notoriety, people who mean something to one another, to us, people who represent us every day and night. So most of the time it's like, yo, these are these people that we hold on this pedestal, and they want to say, yo, this person that you hold on this pedestal, we're going to take an accusation, or maybe if it's something they actually did, and we're going to make it 10 times bigger to show you that you still
See, some people brought that up on Twitter too, like in these Twitter debates, and some people also go like, "Yo, we shouldn't stick up for these black figures who get convicted or like accused for these things because they did it in a way." So it's like,
Sure.
Why would I think some people look at it as like, why are you attacking Gayle for exposing rapists? Period. Mm-hmm. Regardless of if they're black or whatever, who cares if they're only focusing on these figures, like these people. Mm-hmm. They're rapists. They did it. Why does it matter? So like, is that a valid statement? Even though like the Harvey Weinsteins are out there.
Yeah.
Some people do see that as like a valid point. Like, period. They're rapists. They did wild things.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's coming at them, what skin color.
It's valid to a certain extent, because whose rape is worse, the black rapist or the white one? Whose ice is colder, the black seller or the white one? That's what I'm saying. If you're making a specific attempt to say, yo, this is what we're on right now, we're bringing rapists to the light to put them away, and then you specifically choose not to talk about your buddy, your pal, or the white ones, then all of a sudden you're making a figure in American history that is already a negative one into an even more negative one. Right. Think about when Donald Trump said Mexicans who come to the United States are rapists and killers. All of a sudden, people are going to look at all Mexicans like that's what they are.
Even that first film, what was that first film? That first black film when they painted the black people as racist. It kind of created that stereotype. I forgot what the name of it was. I think it was First in the Nation or some shit like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
That's it. Yeah.
So it's things like that where after 2001, guess who became public enemy number one in the United States of America? Arab people, Muslims, people from the Middle East. So once you paint that narrative, once you stand on that line that, hey, we're only going to talk about Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, this Bill Cosby, all these people of color who, I get it, they did a crime, but you have the biggest one right there next to you, but you don't want to talk about him because that's your buddy, your pal. Then it continues to say that, yo, the only people who do crimes are Negroes. Get them out of here. If you're gonna sweep the whole house, I don't want to see no dust on the floor.
Valid. We're gonna leave it there, man, because that's a strong statement right there.
Yeah, it's Birth of a Nation.
Birth of a Nation.
Oh yeah.
Let's segue into like a little bit more a lighter, petty, topic. Meek and Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with what's going on with that one?
Yes.
Elaborate.
Dang, man, Tyler, like, wait, do you be on Twitter, man? You be missing everything.
No, I just you don't know if the listeners know what's going on.
Okay, you're right. My bad. Yeah, but yeah, Meek and Nicki are going back and forth. I think it started with Meek Mill, like that song coming out, and he kind of came at her boyfriend saying he wears Balenciaga with bootcut jeans. So he was basically making fun of his fashion, and apparently, he ended up liking the shade room and like the internet, like they know what the hell everything's going on.
Yeah,
he liked the picture of like I think it was a meme of her boyfriend of Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, he was like a mannequin.
A mannequin.
Yeah.
So he liked the picture, and then that set Nicki Minaj off, and she went on a whole Twitter thing, and that started both of them going back and forth. Both throwing out dirty laundry. Mm-hmm. Meek saying you're paying for your brother's lawyers, and he touched little kids X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Nicki saying Meek hit her X, Y. It's a lot of dirty shit going on. Right. How do y'all feel about this situation? Do y'all follow it just to be petty? Like, we're not saying like, of course nobody should really care about this because that's their business, but this is petty time. So
this is on brand for Nicki. It's on brand for Nicki. I've never known Nicki. I don't know why people say that they thought Nicki was the nice chick 10 years ago. Because when I found out about Nicki, she was talking about I eat the box straight out of Brooklyn and all this stuff. And I was just like, all right, she's never been nice to me. Maybe she wore a pink wig, but that's about it. So this is on brand for Nicki. Mrs. Petty. But
you're going to have some barbs come after you.
That's her name.
Okay. I didn't know.
Is that one of her personality?
I didn't know.
She got married to Kenneth Petty.
That's his name?
Yes. Man, y'all don't
listen, I didn't know his name until last week.
His name is Kenneth Petty, or he goes by Big Zoo.
Okay, Big Zoo.
Yeah. All right, so they was in the store. He was calling Meek this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And then now this Twitter beef. I mean, I think Meek is in a position where he got to be real careful what he responds to. He got to be real careful what he likes on Instagram. Do the Kevin Durant. Get a burner account. Don't get on your main account to go like a picture of Big Zoo wearing...
I felt like he was trolling, though. Like, can
He
you
is.
really blame
Stop.
him?
Well,
I feel
absolutely.
Like,
He
yeah.
is, but stop.
why, though? I
He
feel like,
just
I
had
feel
a
like Nicki's-
motivational song come out with Justin Timberlake.
Right.
You see what they're trying to do with him.
Yeah, he's changing his life. He's going to
Right.
reform and everything.
Right. They're trying to make sure that song goes on to being a Forever 21
But
ad.
you don't think public
So,
figures can have like,
Stop.
a healthy balance of righteousness and ratchetness?
yes, but stop. Because when he's trying to get to that point of, I do songs with Justin Timberlake, we don't need to be having tweets go out that say that you hit somebody or you hit a woman or things like that. Like this is you're taking 2 steps forward to take 3 steps back. So stop. Don't like these pictures. Don't talk about this guy. If you're really over him and you with your girl and she pregnant, stop. Just stop. Move on. She not with you anymore. She don't like you.
Well, damn.
Stop.
Sheesh. All right, that's facts.
No, that's
Think
true.
about it.
I think it's just a little too much. I think it's just playing the game of being out there in the public view and just having something to talk about and just kind of initiating something that you already know is going to be an issue. Like there's no way he
So
would have
poking
liked
the
that.
bird.
Yeah, there's no way he would have liked that picture and not expected anything to come from it.
Right.
And
Just
so
because
it's
the
just like-
activity tab is gone don't mean that people ain't still
Right.
searching to see what Meek
Right.
Mill's
The
up
shade
to.
room be on everything.
And so
Yeah.
it's like why?
Yeah.
Just
Chill.
If you're like Kelby was saying, if you're really over it, just let it go. Why are we continuously going through this cycle?
Mm-hmm.
And from what you said, in my experience, from what I've seen too, Nicki Minaj hasn't been nice.
She
The
was
nice one. So
She's real spicy.
yeah, so it's like you're literally poking the bear with like a piece of wood on fire.
Yeah.
Like you already
And he
know
knew what
she's
he
gonna
was
come
doing.
back. Yeah,
He knew what he
you're
was
gonna
doing.
know she's gonna come back hard.
Yeah, I think it is odd too, because like Meek, he does have like a new baby mama kind. I want to say baby mama. His new
I think
woman
it's his
is
girl,
pregnant.
yeah.
His new woman
Yeah.
is pregnant.
Yeah.
Just
is
focus on
interesting
your
timing,
family
yeah.
and your career. Why
Yeah.
you? There's no
Stay
need.
away from it.
Yeah,
Stay
I
away
don't
from
know.
it.
I kind of like the pettiness though. I was like, he's
I mean, I
trolling.
love it.
I feel like Nicki Minaj kind of overreacted. He's just trolling. Like he just liked the picture of your ex. Everybody knows.
Yeah,
what it
but
is,
Nicki
like,
Minaj
come
is
on, man.
not
Oh,
going to
she was
just
fine.
react.
She was posting stuff
She's
on
not
her
gonna
Instagram,
just
too, talking
react.
he was a bad body build and all this stuff.
Right,
Look,
right.
I get it. Nicki Minaj can do that. She's a woman. That it's accepted. We know what Nicki does. The Barbs do it too. The Barbs react the same way Nicki reacts. If you say something bad about Nicki, they're gonna find you. They're gonna get you. So it's on brand for them. That's what they do. But Meek, if you're trying to get to that next level, and we see that's what you're trying to do, and then in Believe you're talking about I save kids from college, and blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, you can't be going back to
That's
say
how Meek sounds.
yeah.
I was-
When I came up in the crib, yeah. Like, stop. Like,
you
just
gonna
stop.
you gonna have Tyler Perry waiting for you, Meek's waiting for you, Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, I can
Kelby
see-
ain't never said nothing about Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry's a king.
No, okay, yeah.
I'll be honest. If this segment had a winner, Kelby would always be the winner.
Of course.
Petty,
Of
the
course.
Petty List. It's so good.
Of course. But speaking of Tyler Perry, I think they're bringing back Meet the Browns too. I think.
Oh,
Well, it might be a different show. Hold on, no.
What?
I'm not sure if it's Meet the Browns or if it's another show.
Oh, he
but-
running another show by himself?
damn, that's crazy. Look at that man, yo. That's what's up. You think
Work ethic.
You think they're gonna continue shooting 6 episodes in a day for $300?
I thought you liked Tyler Perry, man.
Oh, I
What-
like
what?
him. Yeah,
They
no,
still
I
going to
just
be
sneak that
shooting a
in.
full-length feature film in 5 days?
Yeah.
You can do it. It's possible. He's
It's
showing
It's
everything's
possible if you gonna have wigs that look like you pulled them out the trash.
Remember he said he didn't care about the
Oh,
wigs? He
man.
was like, I don't even
Oh,
have
man.
time for the wigs.
Nah, wait, but Medea's wigs are always on point though.
How you gonna say
I wonder
you?
why?
How are you making big budget movies for Netflix, but you don't care about the quality that you're putting out? What is that saying about
Listen,
somebody?
they did numbers, guys. Okay, put some respect on
Forget
on
the
that
numbers,
movie.
man.
You're a numbers guy, though.
We have
If I-
excellence in our blood, Lou. If you don't live up to that, then you're trash.
Ooh, wait, is that a shot to a salad? Tyler Perry?
No, he was just saying that in general.
In general.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was
in
making
general.
sure. I was making sure. I was making sure.
We had when you have the opportunity to be excellent and the world can see you, why not?
and Tyler's excellence. Tyler Perry.
All right.
All right, man. So we're gonna take that. Let's.
I liked Fall from Grace.
I respect it. We were petty enough this segment, even though you were short on topics on it. But let's ease on to on this day.
Okay.
You guys familiar with Jackie Robinson, right?
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
So, you know, February 10th, 1946, Jackie Robinson and Rachel Isum, I think that's how you say her last name, are married at an independent church in Los Angeles. So shout out to, Black Love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to, wait, is that, yeah, she's black. Yeah. Shout out to Black Love. Black Love flourishing.
Yeah.
That first picture, she was kind of like, questionable, but just swipe to the right.
She just got a little she got that little kink in her hair. That's what it is.
A little kink in her hair.
You know when they take the hot comb, they
that's
do a
the
little
bump.
kink.
You gotta bump that.
The
Yeah,
bump,
yeah,
the
bump
kink.
the edges.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
definitely.
She's real
That'll have you confused.
Of course.
Yeah. She got
But,
Coretta Scott King skin. That's what it is.
Coretta Scott King skin.
Yeah, little light.
That sounds dope. We could brand that Coretta Scott King skin.
You can put that in the package with Erykah Badu's pussy juice.
Damn.
That sounds.
My bad. Her
not
perfume.
Completely different thing.
Perfume.
Completely different thing.
Perfume.
You real thirsty, Ty.
I know, Ty. What's up
He's
with
talking about, yo, let me quench my thirst with some EP juice.
He said, "Well, y'all got
Yo,
orange
you
juice
real
now. Give me some.
nasty.
Y'all got Erykah Badu.
I thought
pussy
you
juice.
liked other people's juices.
That E,
I thought you would buy the Michael B. Jordan juice over the Erykah Badu juice.
that Badu juice. Michael B.
Damn.
Jordan. I don't think that's like what Ty would like. Michael B.
No?
Jordan. Nah.
Idris Elba juice?
Mm.
See,
okay.
that's elegant.
You need a daddy.
Wait, what? What is this podcast turning
I was
into,
just trying to
man?
find out.
Oh Lord Jesus, man.
What were we talking about this day in history? How did we get talking about
We're talking
Erykah
about Black
Badu?
Love.
Hey, you
Black Love.
we went from that to Black Love to
Black
Badu
Love.
pussy juice.
Black Love. That's what's up.
I'm here for it, man. Shout out to Jackie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jackie, man.
Yeah, man. Black
You know-
Love. Lou, you see yourself getting married?
Shit, let me see. Honestly, yo,
Let me
no.
see.
Listen. I don't know.
Man. I don't know.
To be real. Like, I be having my days where I'm like, yo, yeah, I can see that. But then other days I'd be like, I don't think so.
Yeah, you
Only-
thought too hard.
No, not even
Oh,
right
shit,
now.
okay,
Right
yeah.
now it's just a thought. Yeah, maybe that is a factor for right now. I'm living my life, living my best life. I'm trying to.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
sowing
not-
your wild oats.
Trying to. I'm not as lucky. I'm not as lucky as Kelby, because
What
Kelby
you
got
mean?
to see. What you mean?
What you mean?
What you mean? What I mean?
No, come on. What's
You got the
say it.
juice. You got the juice.
I got the juice. I got the Michael B. Jordan juice.
You got the Michael B. Jordan juice.
I definitely don't.
You got. Look, there's no way you're gonna come with the crisp lineup.
Michael
the
B.
fade.
juice.
Must.
Listen, but anyways, I'm living my life. But sometimes I do think about it, but other times I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there's so much that I want to do that I don't think I would properly dedicate myself to someone. I don't know. Like, I feel like I just wouldn't be. I don't know, man.
Let me ask you this
But you
question.
need a-
Is it black love or no love at all?
You trying to get me in trouble in this podcast?
Yeah.
You don't want a queen
Yeah,
by
come
your
on.
side?
Of course I want to.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
Behind every
Th-
great
but-
man, Lou.
those are the times where I'm like, yo, I do see myself doing that because that introduces stability into your life. When you have somebody you could depend on, somebody who has the same vision, you're building with them, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But then the other part that I couldn't phrase right was kind of what Nick Cannon said, where he was like, he's kind of like naturally lonesome in a way. I feel like I'm kind of like the same way. I'm like it's like a wolf. Like
Yeah.
you're good in the pack. I'm good in the pack, but most of the time moving by yourself. And I don't know.
It all depends
Plus-
on the person, though. I mean, you could meet somebody who's just
That's facts.
supporting you to the point where it's like taking you up to a next level.
That's facts. But I'm trying to keep this answer short. There's
So
also
somebody rich?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get to that. But there's also like a little bit of toxic in me, you know what I'm saying? To the point where it's like, I don't know if this is the right way to look at it, but I don't really care. I'm gonna set it on camera. It's gonna be documented, so what? But anyway, I feel like, look, Pete, I feel like
Say it, King.
kind of like the way, I'm not saying this is what Erykah Badu did,
Yeah.
but I feel like Erykah Badu, I seen like kind of like in the way 50 too with his new kid. In my head, I looked at it as
You
like,
kid.
his new mini 50 looked just like him.
Yeah, it looks
But,
just like him.
I feel like there's kind of like a strategy into the way people procreate. I don't think people just do it out of love or just to just procreate randomly. I feel like some people are strategic about it. So I look at it as like Erykah Badu has like 3 icons, and she's an icon herself. But in a way, that's like extending, that's building an empire, like a family legacy to know, okay, they're gonna be good, your kids are gonna be good, and their kids are gonna be good because of who you chose to procreate with. So I feel like looking at Nick Cannon, I'm like, yo, he had Mariah Carey, 2 kids with her, but he's not with her now. So eventually he's gonna have more kids or a new wife for
He
X, Y, and Z.
did. He had like 2 more kids after Mariah.
Shit, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure like the reason why he chose them was for a specific reason. Even like 50's
Big butt.
like new wife, she's like Asian. You said what? Big butts? Oh geez Louise. I don't know. That could be a factor into it. But I'm kind of look at it as a strategic way to be like, all right, I don't know. Like I feel like if I had
Why does
10
love need to be
million
strategic, though?
but it's not
Feels like
love,
it's
though.
That's the world we're
overcomplicating
in.
it.
That's
But
where we're in.
I'm not saying love though. Love is not like strategic. It's
So
not.
marriage or
Marriage.
having
Marriage.
offspring should be strategic.
Here's one thing I learned.
Empire.
Facts. Here's one thing I
Build
learned.
an empire.
Love is law. Family is business. So like
Wow.
love, yeah.
Gem
'cause,
dropper.
Yeah, because like
Wow.
when you get married, it's just a contract with the United States. You know, so
where else are you gonna get these gems?
Come on, man. The U.S. is a corporation.
Yeah.
So when you get married, that's why there's different tax laws and codes for marriage and shit. So like, it makes sense because when you marry somebody, you're building a business in a sense, and that family is like continuing that. So I'm like, all right, what for me? Like, if I had 10 million wide in my account right now, I don't honestly feel like at the age of 27, I would be like, yo, I'm only thinking about marrying one woman. I feel like I would kind of go the route of being like, you know what? I can afford to like choose, not that. I can afford to choose, you know, maybe 3 or 4 quality women that I want to build with and just build a fucking
a lion pack. Like, it sounds like you're trying to build a lion pride.
You guys didn't know that Lou was Mormon? Yeah, you like that polygamy.
Do you know that's the fastest way to lose all your money?
No. Wait, listen. But that's why you got to choose wisely, because there's women who are also breadwinners within themselves. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They don't have to bring home all the bacon. I want to bring home a hefty portion of the bacon. But if they're bringing home bacon too, that's how you got to choose them. You know, you choose up to move up. So you don't choose a woman that's going to drain you. You choose one that's going to add into you. So if you choose 3 or 4 quality women that's going to add on to you, that doesn't mean they have to be with you forever. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, honestly, co-parenting, if done right, I don't think it's a bad thing. Because I look at, for example, I don't know if Joe Budden, his Sin. Is she still with KD, Kevin Durant?
I don't know.
Well, she was dating him or whatever.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like, all right, she's with Joe Budden. Joe Budden is doing these things, moving up in the ranks, moving up in life, right?
Right.
They're not together anymore, but I'm pretty sure the love is still there. They're co-parenting. They know their vision. They're not doing anything that's going to harm their child.
Right.
Now, if she ends up with Kevin Durant.
I'd be mad if I was him.
Feel who?
If I was Joe.
Why?
I'd be like, yo, she got Kevin.
Why would you be mad, though? Because, look.
Now I got to go get. Who he got to go get?
Remember,
yo, I got to go get Oprah.
Erykah Badu.
So you feel like so now you got to level her up.
Yeah.
I mean, nah. I wouldn't look at it like that. I
would
would look at it
have
as,
to go get Carmelo.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
Melo. Yeah. All right, well, Pete. All right. See, but you got to go for. Nah, I respect Melo. I'm not gonna do that. Well, all right, Pete. So I'm just saying, like, what was I? Oh yeah. So like, when you have a kid with somebody, you're forever attached to them.
Sure.
So like, if you choose right, you know that person's mentally there. If you guys don't end up, you know, together, you know they're gonna choose another good spouse. They're not gonna put your kid in harm's way. They're gonna make a good decision that's gonna help your kid in the long run. So like, you know, I feel like it's kind of like old days, like the way the empires were built before. Mm-hmm. Like they specifically choose certain people to bring into the family, bring into X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
so that's how I look at it. They don't have to all live with me and be like, yo, you're all my wives. Nah, we have love there. We created a kid. We created a kid is like it's a manifestation. We created something.
Let me ask you this.
You know, be great.
You think Sin is making a ton off of those Fashion Nova ads?
Fashion Nova got the bag though.
Oh gosh,
they got the bag. I don't know, man. I don't know. Fashion Nova got the bag.
All right.
But
Todd, Black Love or no love at all?
Millions,
no,
man.
Todd.
Oh,
Black
I didn't answer
Love.
that. My bad.
Wait.
I didn't answer that. Black Love for sure.
Okay, Todd, you?
Black Love.
You look fire.
Yo, let him live, man.
Why are you trying to call me out?
Yo, let him live.
Why are you trying to call me out?
No.
What about you, Kelby?
Black Love.
No.
I believe in love, all right? I believe in love.
I believe in love, okay.
Yo.
I believe in love.
I will say this. I'm not here for no multiple people. Because I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the patience to care about what you think.
But even if it's not all at one time?
Nah, I don't have the patience to care about what multiple people think and what they want from me and how. Like, you can't control what somebody else wants from you. They may start in one way, and then after a while, our primitive things will just say like, "Yo, I want you for you," you know, and you can't control that. Maybe it doesn't happen at first, but after a while, you're like, "Yo, I'm with Letitia," and then Shayna come around and she's like, damn, like you spent all your time with her. There's jealousy that is just gonna happen. But I do think you do have to be wise about who you make your life choices with.
I haven't made my mind up yet, but those are the two things I'm pondering.
Yeah,
no, but I feel like it's also a different generation too, though. I mean, you got thought a little. Everybody got a little thought in them, man.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Thought in peace, man. Thought in peace.
Thought in peace.
I mean, you're right. There's a lot more that comes into it. It's just not. It's not just choosing somebody that makes you feel good. Yeah, and there's a lot of things. True. If someone's
if that credit ain't right,
a lot of things. Yeah,
gotta make sure that credit's good. Gotta make sure that person actually builds you up, get you to the point where it's.
I feel like
you got to make each other better. That's how I feel.
We're gonna wrap it up too, cause I know it's like we're going over an hour. But I also think our generation. I think our generation is kind of weird though, in the sense of like loving like stability in relationships. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of disconnect to how it was before. Like things change so much, dynamics change so much. I feel like maybe like the internet has skewed my perspective on it, but I feel like a lot of people aren't built for monogamy long term. I feel like eventually people are gonna be like, you know what, I'm bored, I want something else, or
Well,
I
also
feel
what
better with
happens-
this person.
Damn, that's crazy.
So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of co-parenting that's going on in the future anyway. So I just
I
look
mean,
at
it's
it
already
as,
happening. If
Yeah.
you're 27 right now, Lou, whoever you're gonna date has 2 kids, and she's
What?
divorced.
Oh, geez, Louise.
That's generalizing. But we're also living in a world where you have people at your fingertips. So if you want to thought it up, you got an app for that. If you want to find love, you got an app for that. If you want to find 6 loves, you got an app for that. And
What
so
could be all on one app? Instagram.
yeah, and it's true. Slide into those DMs.
Thanks, man.
But you have full access to a
That's why
world
you've
of
been trying to
people
get that
in
blue
your
check mark.
hand.
That's
You
facts.
can be talking to someone in Spain, got someone over in Boston, got someone down in San Diego, got someone in LA.
You talking about yourself, Todd?
No, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, you giving real specific places, Todd.
I know, right? Said Spain. That's too quick.
Yeah, Todd. If I were you, I wouldn't give up all my secrets. Tell all my hoes where all my other hoes are.
Nah, man. But I mean, that's true though. That's valid. That is true though. And
So it's hard to be in just a monogamous relationship when you have options like that.
So
It's
what's-
like it's like eating pizza, but knowing there's more pizza in the oven,
There's different
and then
flavors
there's
of
some more
pizza.
pizza
with different toppings.
in the microwave with different toppings, and it's
But
like,
the
well,
thing
let me
is,
try
like,
some of that.
I think once you get into something with somebody, and then you realize how difficult it is to
Facts.
to go that deep into somebody, to start all over again with a whole another person, you eventually just gonna get to the same place to eventually just leave that person to start all over with somebody. Boy, I don't have the time for that.
I
don't have-
can't have time to be telling you how many siblings I got.
Yeah, my insecurities. I'll figure it out.
So,
Yeah.
Ask my last girl.
that is true. though, man.
Refer to my references.
Gosh, just
true,
push
that's
through with just one person, and if you can't, like, just chill out. Like, it's too much. It's just too much to care about that many people at once. It's too much.
Just
for
give me one person I gotta give my focus to. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can have the focus. I
Yeah.
don't need to have all these people.
And if I want to build a kingdom, pop another kid out.
What you mean?
Like, I don't need to build a kingdom with 15 different people.
Nah, just do 2 or 3. 2 or 3 quality ones.
Nah, they're gonna take
2 or
my
3
money.
quality people.
That's how you lose your money, Lou. I'm
No,
telling you
no,
right now.
no.
All them
If
six,
you-
all
if
them
you do it
figures you
right-
got in the bank,
If
they
you
gonna
do it
take
right,
your money, man.
if you do it right,
Oh, okay.
you don't lose your money.
You never heard what happened to Dave Foley?
Now, what happened to Dave Foley?
He was with a girl, and it was a time where he was making a bunch of money. And right, we're literally worth negative $500,000 right now. He was making a bunch of money, and he was married to her for a short period of time, and she got spousal support of $17,000 to $25,000 a month.
Nah,
And then check this out. And then when he got divorced with her, and he got married to somebody else, the court said it's your obligation to pay that woman. Now, he didn't keep that job. Eventually, the job ended, and he wasn't making that kind of money anymore, and he still had to pay. He's been married with somebody else longer than he was with this other girl, and he still
But Pete,
gotta pay.
This is why, but see, that's the case of he didn't have anybody there to give him the game.
What's
'Cause
the
look,
game?
But Pete, look, you gotta kind of like see the people for what they are from the beginning, right? So like when I go on like,
Oh, you never been
look,
duped.
No, but no.
Oh, you never been duped. No, I can't hear it.
No,
I've been
Pete.
duped enough.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you can kind of see like the trajectory, what kind of person you're dealing with off a couple of days. So like, if I'm going like, let's say 2-3 days, right? I'm gonna be like, no, Pete, look,
Who got a special
no,
power
look,
we don't
no,
know
look,
about?
No, I'm saying you just gotta watch. You could tell who's gonna drain you or who's gonna be an asset, right? When you go out like with a girl for like the first 3 days, whatever, right?
Or a guy.
I mean, or a guy. When you go on dates for like the whatever, so it's like
Representation.
no. No, but I just said that because you were saying like it's gonna be expensive to have like 3 wives or whatever.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you know it's a people just assume all men are gonna work and be breadwinners and
Sure.
women are not.
I'm not.
But I'm just saying, no, not you. I'm just saying in general. Like if you go on dates, right? If you go on dates,
Yeah.
like you could kind of tell, like, okay, we've been on 3 dates. She hasn't even offered to pay for anything. She's ordering all these expensive things on the menu, X, Y, and Z. You could kind of see if somebody's gonna drain you off of their patterns. Like, yo,
But what if
you don't
you?
think they
But what
know
if
the
you?
game already?
what you mean? No, this
Not
is-
even that.
no,
But what if
bro,
you connect with someone and you both need to grow together though?
do you
What if you're missing out on that person because you went on 3 dates and she didn't offer to
No.
pay, but that's because she didn't feel like she needed to pay? What if it's not a communication thing where it's
No,
like,
but
yo, you gonna pay one of these
I'm
times?
not saying just pay for the dates though, but I'm just saying you could kind of tell like there's been times where it's like they'll be like, yo, no, I got it, it's cool. Like if they don't even do the offer, like even if you're gonna fake it,
That's generalizing though.
what do you mean?
I feel like you're kind of generalizing that.
I'm just saying if you pay attention to people's actions, you could tell who's gonna be an asset, who's gonna be a liability. some women are assets, some people in general are assets. But I'm gonna say for myself, I look at it as like, okay, I could tell based off of these all the times we hung out, we've done X, Y, and Z. You haven't even offered, be like, yo, let me get the Uber or let me get this. Or let
By
me
the
just
time you're
do
29,
this.
you're not gonna think this anymore
What do you mean?
because you're gonna get duped.
Explain.
Okay, you don't think that people know that game already?
What game?
Of like, oh yo, let me do the fake.
No,
term.
but
like
I'm not saying do
people
it for
will
3 days.
fake it.
I'm not saying do it for 3 days and be like, okay, cool.
Oh no, they'll fake it for 5 years, Lou.
People can fake it for 5 years.
Yeah. If I know you're producing songs for the next big rapper, and all I gotta do is fake it,
Wait,
you
what?
better believe it.
I don't know, but you could tell who's faking it. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. All right, I know because Tyler say he's trying to get back to where he wants to wrap it up. Give an example of like being duped because I'm confused.
I don't want to because it's personal.
What you mean?
Well, then also it's
you don't
like
gotta say names.
it's just usually typically people are not going to show you their true colors until about 6 months in.
Super
6
fast.
months to a year.
Yeah.
okay.
Is not
so-
when you're
Or
going to
even
really.
until after you marry them
Yeah.
what do you
and
mean?
you move in.
I mean,
with them.
there's. Oh, I don't want to put anyone's business out there.
That's
I'm
what I'm
just-
saying.
so,
That's
but
what
I'm just saying.
I know
saying-
some people that have been married for they were dating for a big chunk of time. They were married for 2 years. No, not even 2 years. They were married for a year.
And they don't
and
even
then
know each other. And
Homeboy had a secret life with a secret girlfriend
super
the
fast.
entire time.
The entire
If,
time.
I'm just saying, like, if I'm not saying it's impossible to get duped, but I feel like there's some things like if somebody's gonna put in that much energy to fake something for 6 months, a year, X, Y, and Z, that's different. Like they're a different kind of breed. They're a different kind of breed. But I'm just saying, just do your due diligence, and then you won't get finessed. I'm not saying it's impossible to get finessed, but I'm saying if you do due diligence, you could tell. Even looking at their own lives, you could be like, "Yo, you fucked up like this. You're gonna be a liability." Like
Boy,
what assets do you have?
They
yourself?
will go so far to dupe you. You don't even know. They'll dupe.
They
you
don't
for-
even know.
They don't even.
Maybe
know.
LA
They go so far they don't even know.
the lengths
They
of how
become
far.
the dupe.
That's right.
Maybe LA's
They
different
will
then, man.
get-
Don't
you.
listen to him, Lou. You can spot him. I trust you.
I think
It's
maybe
not about
LA's
trusting you. It's because you haven't experienced it yet. They
What
gonna,
do you mean?
I'm telling you, Lou.
Wait,
it's
dupe you
like-
for what? Like what? All right, don't get too personal, but what did you get duped for?
Okay, so I'm gonna put it out just like this. I know a couple. They dated for 5 years. The woman loved money. Okay, she loved money. And so the guy knew that she loved money. So what he would do is he would go out of his way to rent cars to make it seem like he had it like that. Okay. And then she would eventually like go to his church, do whatever it is that he wanted because she thought he got money.
Right.
So once they got married and he was like, yo, let me expose something real quick. I don't really have that much money. I was just kind of flossing because
After
I knew
how
this.
long?
I'd call it about 5 years.
He was faking it for 5
He
years.
was
in cars?
faking it for
See, but-
5 years.
But I feel like-
and then
I feel like-
her demeanor completely changed. She became a monster to him. And she wasn't doing none of that, going to his church and doing all that stuff that she was faking it for a long
So
time.
they both were faking it.
They both was faking it. And I'm telling you, it's so easy to fall into something because you think her mindset was once I get married to this guy and I have his baby, I'm covered for life. But he was just like, ooh.
I feel like even in that situation though, it's two people who are not actually in the moment and paying attention to people.
Yeah.
I feel like if you actually like a lot of times people aren't listening. Like matter of fact, they're listening but they're not hearing you. Same thing with actions. They're not reading actions. They're just like they're going with whatever their mind's piecing together.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel like I don't know everything, but I like to take my time and be like watch me like, okay, I seen you in this scenario. Okay, I'm be like, okay, the bill's $80, but like, yo, you got this? See what their reaction is. Like, yo, what's your reaction if I ask you got an $80 thing? I'm gonna pay anyways. But how did you react to this? So it's like there's different things where it's like if you're actually listening and paying attention to the person,
All right.
you're gonna pick certain things up. You're gonna be like, oh, damn, you did that to your, you know what I mean? There's little things. Like I feel like people will give away. Nobody's perfect at hiding everything for so long.
Okay.
But if you like look and pay attention, I don't know.
All right,
I feel
we'll
like
see.
I
You're
feel
in
like,
LA, the land of dupers. So
Oh yeah, no, for real.
You'll learn lessons.
I think that maybe that's what it is. Maybe like LA is such a different beast, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. If you had the game, you won't be finessed. That's what I feel like. Cause there's some things I just say not to. Like I don't know.
Especially when you got money. Oh my gosh.
What do you mean?
Well, you having money, that's going to bring the best actress out of all of them.
Maybe I don't know.
Because you got something they want now.
Man, I think maybe it's the East Coast thing. I don't know, but I could be a jerk. So I feel like this. Like I don't know, man. I'm not saying I can't get duped because if it happens, okay, fuck, I just got a new lesson to learn. But I think there's a lot of lessons that I have learned from like just observing or hearing people talk. I don't know. I think it's harder for women to
You got
finesse
confidence.
me. To finesse me for stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You'll learn.
I don't. Maybe I might. When I learn, I'm gonna tell you. When I learn, I'm gonna tell
right,
you.
so
So let's go on to the next thing. What were you gonna say, Tyler?
Do you guys think it's better to just go with the old thing? It's better to have loved and lost all your money per se than to not have loved it all and keep your job security and your money and not have to pay any bills like that. What would you guys do?
Get them while you're poor, man. Go to Burger King.
Yeah.
Wait, but that didn't answer his question.
But that's what I mean. Like, if you get money, they become the best actors, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do in that situation? Do you just not date?
You
No
gotta
one?
get with somebody who's on your level.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Get somebody who's
All
an asset and not a liability. If I got money, I'm not gonna go for a girl who's like struggling.
But I also feel like there are certain people who whatever I got is not enough.
And if she's,
But I also feel
not
like,
that
what if
she's
you
struggling.
meet someone who's struggling, but she
I'm gonna say
knows
this.
how to build you up?
I'm gonna
In
say
a
this
different
too.
way.
Yeah.
I didn't want to cut you off while you was talking, but like I forgot to add that part on too. Like if they're struggling but also working and making strides towards something, that's different because you see the potential, you see them making action and growing in that space. But like, what do you mean by build me up? And like, is that a different thing? Like you mean like emotionally and physically? And
Yeah. I mean, there's some people that I've dated or I've been with where it's just like they are the person that motivates me to do better. And it's not even by doing a certain thing or having this, that, or the other, but it's the way that they speak or the way that they motivate me or
but
the
that's
things
an
I
asset.
see them doing.
They become an asset at that point. They're not draining you.
Yeah.
And you can feel when somebody's draining you. And that's why I said like the dates, you could tell like, yo, damn, you all these dates are this and you're not helping in any way to enhance these dates. You just want to go on dates.
But I feel
I'm
like you
outta
could
here.
turn into someone that's draining you after 3 years. That may not be apparent after 3-4 dates.
But when I'm not.
Man's dropping jewels.
Wait, but-
444 Toddy.
I'm not saying lock in. I'm not saying 3 or 4 days is a magic number.
No. I'm saying,
just
but
saying-
it can take up 6 months, 3 years to find out that they are draining you.
But
So
once you
then it's
find
just
out-
like it's done on to the next.
But once you find out, you just like that's when you know. Okay, I'm not gonna procreate with this person. That's it.
I mean, to add on to
not.
It might be
to
too
Lewis
late.
though.
I'm not lasting with.
Remember,
this person.
50 got 2 kids, bro.
Right. So
But
what
you
saying?
guys are missing the point that Lewis brought up is he's gonna have multiple people. So
Mm.
so wait, Lewis.
Oh, that's facts.
that's what I was thinking about it.
Yeah,
I was-
No,
It's
that's
two different
that's
things.
what I got
Yeah,
from
yeah,
it.
two
yeah.
different
Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Just hear me out.
That's what I got
You
from
got,
it.
you got.
That's
Let's
what I
say
got.
you got 3 different people that are very good at helping you in different ways, but some of them may be leeching off you in other ways. You got 2 other people to let you know that one of them is bad, and they can help that other person not be a leech anymore. If you guys are all helping
Wait, so
each
all
other,
3 of them are friends now?
I think leeching.
Oh,
you can't
Wait,
have
wait.
3 different women in a
They-
good,
wait, they gotta be
comfortable
friends.
situation
They
without
gotta
them
be
being
friends.
friends.
Like,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
No, they follow
That's-
each other.
That's
Think-
what
no.
co-parenting
But look,
is.
think about Erykah
Oh,
Badu. She
Lord.
says holiday seasons. All 3 of them come together. Everything is cool, copacetic. I think you guys are seeing bad examples of this, so you guys kind of have like a certain thing,
100%.
like a certain like perspective and stigma on it. I think if done right, it's actually not a horrible thing. But I'm just saying those are 2 that don't weigh in. I forgot what we were saying. Oh yeah, I forgot what we were saying before too. I do want to wrap it up, but I just feel like you just choose. And I think leash is a strong word because everybody needs like it gotta be reciprocity. Like there's gonna be nobody's perfect. There's flaws. So I'm not saying like they gotta be straight X, Y, and Z or they're a leech. They gotta pick up slack in different areas. I gotta pick up slack in different areas. Whoever your spouse is gotta pick up slack in different areas. I'm just saying you could if you pay attention and actually look and read and understand and listen to the person. You can detect certain things that's gonna make you be like, yo, I'm gonna stay away from this person. And I feel like that's the reason why some kids who are born in the city, some kids who are born in the burbs, kids who are born in the burbs are more likely to get finessed because of the experiences they were around or in. Like they didn't get the chance to soak up certain game. Like I know what not to do if I'm in a certain area because I was growing up. I went through certain experiences to go, oh shit, this character, I've seen this before. I've seen that before. So when you see those things, you'll be able to pick it up and put 2 and 2 together.
It's gonna hurt when they get you.
I mean, look,
It's gonna hurt.
I feel like all right. So do you think everybody gets duped?
Not everybody, but most
So
people.
what? So I don't know.
Depending
like-
on your status. Like if you're talking about you're gonna be Lou Magoo, the next biggest thing, you're gonna get got.
I don't
And
know.
it's gonna teach you a bigger lesson than what you know now.
I mean, if it does teach me, if I do get that lesson, then I'm grateful for it because then I'll be even better.
It'll just be a lesson.
But I just don't think I would be duped off of like just
Todd, you
being.
been duped?
Of course.
I don't. Wait, what'd you get duped for though? What'd you like? How? Don't give every detail, but like, what was it for? Like, was it over money? Was it over? What happened?
For me, it was just emotional time and just dedicate.
Wait, if that's called dupe, then okay, yeah, everybody gets duped because everybody goes through emotional shit. But I
Yeah.
thought dupe meant like they used you and was just like gone. Like they just drained you and was like, all right, peace. You got finesse. You didn't catch these hints I was giving.
Drain.
I never liked
Are you specifically just talking about drained as far as money?
No, I mean like dupe as in like I never liked you. I used you for this. Peace. I got it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, emotionally, physically, like it was just a waste. It was just getting duped.
Like, yeah, you could delete that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it wouldn't matter. To
Yeah,
your life.
and that's just it. Everybody gets duped. Yeah, everybody's
for
been
sure.
okay, cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you just gotta pay attention to the people.
All right.
But
We'll see what happens.
Let's say, they're vacuuming now. Let's segue into like the
Yeah.
kickback so we can get out of here.
All right.
The kickback. Like, what is a moment, a nostalgic moment that you guys wish you could like feel again, or that you constantly feel like randomly?
You know what? I'll say this. I used to listen to a Chingy album all the time.
Chingy?
Yeah, I used to listen
With
to
the album?
yeah, I used
Like
to
the
listen
way
to
you do it right there.
Yeah,
I thought.
listened to the
Wait.
whole
You said a
album.
whole album, not
The
that one
whole
song.
album. I listened to the whole album because I had very specific albums. I had the Chingy album, I had a Beyonce album, and I had a Sean Paul album, and I had a 50 Cent album. Those are the only ones.
That's the weirdest mix of like.
I know, but somebody made it for me at school, and I wasn't allowed to have them. So my mom and my dad like they didn't know about them. So it was just like I'm playing it on my. It wasn't a Walkman, but my my portable CD player. Just kind of like sneaking around listening to it, and I didn't know enough to like go out and ask for more. These are just the ones that I had. So I would just listen to the Chingy album all the time, because I didn't have any more options. So I wish I could kind of go back to that. And then listening to Tony Ayo and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's dope.
I would say when I was growing up, my oldest brother had this sound system in his bedroom, and he had this huge collection of CDs, just kind of what you were saying. And that's really how I discovered a wider range of music, just because as a kid, it was mainly what my mom was listening to, what was on the radio in the car, but he had just like TLC, he had Blackstreet, he had 112, all songs I shouldn't probably have been listening to as a child.
Turn into a freak.
But but I was able to go and sneak into his bedroom when he wasn't home, and then just drop in a CD. And this was back in the day when the CDs had all the lyrics in the little booklet, and so I'd sit there, just read the lyrics, go through, listen to music, and it's really how I got in touch with current music and then older music, because he had stuff like the Temptations, Earth, Wind and Fire, Whitney Houston, all of that. And I was able to build up my library of music by myself and like really enjoy it and just sit there and just listen to the music, not do anything else. It wasn't like I was doing anything, but just really enjoy it and listen to it and just kind of see the history of Black music and Black culture within the music that he had. And so I think that was a really good growth experience for me growing up.
Got you.
Man, reading those little books in CDs, it's something we can never get back because they're great.
You think so?
Yeah,
It's not the same anymore.
it's not the same.
It's all
'Cause,
digital.
Like you can type in
cool
lyrics
pictures.
to song and see it online now.
But do you
But
think like albums will get to the point where they give a digital version of it? Like you stream a song, whatever, you'll be able to get like a little virtual pamphlet where it's like, all right, you can swipe.
I know
get
they
these
did
cool
that for a
pictures.
It's
while.
called Instagram.
yeah, I know they did that for a while, but this has been a minute since that. Like I
Yeah.
know it used to be like part of the download, and you can download it and it'd be like JPEGs.
No, but like just to get you out of your phone in a way. I know now they do hologram shit where it could be like maybe you could post your phone up and now it's like a kind of a
Stop
physical
giving
thing.
away your $1 million ideas. Lou.
Dang.
Somebody probably thought about it. I don't know.
Okay.
I need my cut though if it has. I'm gonna look at when it was patented, and if it was patented after this date, I'm coming back with my cut because this is documented.
Oh
shoot.
You feel me? But,
Maybe we are a violent bunch.
Hey man.
Oh, Lord.
But, all right, so let me see. But this mine, I'll probably say probably playing outside. Like I think that's how like there's like a lot of cool bonds and like just ways to be creative and ingenuity in the way that we created the fun that we had. So like whether it was like, there's nothing to do, starting like a mini block fire or something. That was fun. You guys never did that? You look at me like I was
No, I
crazy.
didn't start a block fire.
What?
No.
No.
We didn't play with matches.
Not the whole block.
Nah,
Not the whole
yeah.
block. But
Lou, they don't know. They don't know.
we just lit, portion of a sidewalk up on fire.
Right.
We put it out.
Yeah.
You guys didn't. We took a Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm on the phone right now with Dorchester PD. Right.
Oh no! But this is past the statute of limitations. Past the statute of limitations. It's past it. I was a young kid.
LOU.
Man, listen, I'm good. It was past the statute of limitations. I didn't say I did it. I probably witnessed it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's crazy.
But look, you
Yeah.
just.
What's your middle name?
I'm gonna teach.
No,
people.
that's what's up.
I'm gonna teach people. You take the styrofoam cup. It could be Dunkin' Donuts. You just put alcohol in it, and it'd be lit like a match. But we kind of like poured like a little stream of it, so it could be like a little line of fire up to the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Put the match, burned it up. It wasn't nothing crazy. We put it out. What's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool. You know,
That's
but,
what kids do.
yeah, you know, just regular stuff. You know, but that's my little throwback moment. You know, playing
Nice.
outside, having fun, and you know, meeting different kids.
Yeah.
Tyler, you want one before we get out of here?
You guys talking about music so much. I remember the first time I heard "Burn" by Usher, and it was just like it hit the charts. It was there for like 12 weeks. I remember it because I was so into it. It made me think I understood what heartbreak was. Like
Yeah.
at like the age of 8, I was like, this makes so much sense. I do feel it in my body.
Me and my roommates were talking about it this weekend, and we were just like, I wonder how many people broke up after that song. That was one of those songs where it was just like, it came out and it was like, everybody's broken up.
Yeah.
Hey, did you break up with your girl? I broke up with my girl too. Oh yeah, I broke up. Yeah, I had to let it burn.
Yeah.
And it was like, Usher broke up like millions of couples by releasing that damn
For
song.
me, it was
for it.
Confessions. Confessions hit me hard.
Ooh, Confessions was
yeah.
that whole album.
You still
Was a
don't
roller
Yeah,
coaster.
tune in next
in
week
the
for the
studio.
Usher
Wait,
episode.
Yeah, we'll do a full episode just dedicated to the Confessions album.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we might do that next episode. We do like a little segment dedicated
Lord.
to that,
Okay.
man. Wait, do you guys want to? We could listen to it back and like do it.
Oh no, I'm down.
All right, cool. Next
If I
episode.
can
Yeah,
revisit
which one's
it.
better, part 1 or 2?
Let's save it.
It depends on what mood
No,
you're in,
don't
man.
say it, don't say it.
You gotta save it. You gotta save it.
Don't get me
Don't
started.
say it,
Don't
don't
get
say
me
it.
started.
Yeah, but you were saying something though before we signed. What you saying?
Oh no, I said you still lying, telling them you in the studio working.
Hey, listen, man.
Hey,
Listen, hey, listen, it's not about me. This ain't about me, guys. All right, yo. So on that note, you know, if we provided you guys any entertainment, you know, if you guys like listening to us and shit, you know, subscribe to the our podcast, the Blackstalgia podcast. Be sure to check out Nostalgia on Facebook and Instagram. You guys want to drop your independent Twitter handles or anything?
No,
Instagram,
don't
Twitter.
follow me on Twitter, but you can follow me on Instagram. That's KAJSLARE and the number 4.
And you can follow me on Instagram at todd.alex with 2 X's. And if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, like the video, and then listen on the podcast app.
Oh, or there could be like a fan too,
Mhm.
like a supporter. You could be a supporter. Be sure to do that on Nostalgia page. Tyler, you want to drop anything?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and at Time Lord Tyler.
Shit, on that note, we out, man.
We out.